Good morning and a warm welcome on our second annual Day of Giving. We are live on our Day of Giving set at Kellenberg Memorial. So great to have you with us. I'm Jordan Bernhardy, going to be with you throughout the day here on our Day of Giving, our 2017 Day of Giving. Joining me for our kickoff show to help us start off the day right, Mr. Thomas Huggard, the Director of Alumni Relations here, and two seniors from the class of 2017, Juliana Casenza and Gerard DeAngelis. Thanks all for being with me on our Day of Giving this morning.
Thank you.
Great to have you guys with us. We're going to start with you, Mr. Huggard. Why is it so important to give back on Kellenberg's Day of Giving, and what is this Day of Giving really all about?
Well, really, the Day of Giving is about showing your support for Kellenberg. Kellenberg is a great school. This is our 30th year here at Kellenberg, and we're very proud of it, and we want it to continue for future generations, so your support enables us to do that.
And why do we have this Day of Giving? Why is it on the 30th? What is so special about this Day of Giving?
Well, we started, as you mentioned, last year with the Day of Giving, and it was really just a leap of faith to see what kind of support we would have out there, and we were so pleasantly appreciative of everyone who came back and helped out, and it was such a great success. There was so much creative work involved with it, between the current students and alumni and parents and faculty and staff. So we thought we should do it again, and I'm very excited to see what happens because it's really a day to celebrate the school and all that goes on here.
We're going to bring in now the seniors, Juliana and Gerard. We're going to start with you, Juliana. When you hear the name Kellenberg, what comes to your mind?
When I think Kellenberg, I think of relationships. I think of the relationships I've had with teachers, the relationships I had with coaches, and the friends that I've made over the course of the past 7 years that I've spent here. And I think the Day of Giving ties in all those relationships together and really strengthens the family community that's here at Kellenberg.
How about you, Gerard? When you hear Kellenberg, what do you think of?
I would probably say that I think of a home. To steal a quote from Brother Kenneth, I would say that it's a place to grow. And even though I learned a lot of things at Kellenberg, I think the real takeaway from my experience at Kellenberg is the friends that I've made, not only with my fellow classmates, but also with the teachers. I think it's a sign of a really strong school when students are able to call some of their teachers their closest friends and develop meaningful relations with them.
And many people call Kellenberg a beautiful place to grow, a second home. What are some of the greatest experiences that you guys have shared at Kellenberg?
I think for me, I've had a lot of amazing experiences over the past couple years that I've been here. Specifically, I've had amazing experiences on retreats and growing in my faith with and going to the March for Life in DC and going to World Youth Day in Poland this past summer. And those moments just really confirm that Kellenberg has been a home for me and somewhere where I'm comfortable and somewhere where I've transformed as a person and I'm ready to go out into the world as a more faithful person because of that.
And Gerard?
I would say I have sort of a similar experience, and just to focus in, I would say that most of those retreats that I go on, most of the March for Life, World Youth Day I was fortunate enough to go on, I found that there's so many kids at Kellenberg, and at first you might think maybe you're a little scared about meeting kids, but I found that when you meet a Kellenberg student, anyone in the school, you sort of have this instant connection. And I found people that I barely know, you room with them for March for Life, or I go on them a retreat or something like that, and you just have this instant connection. You know that you share a faith, you know that you share a school, you know that you have all these things in common that sort of bring you together as a Kellenberg student.
And Mr. Huggard, they talk about these great experiences that they've had here. How did it all start? What's the history of Kellenberg Memorial?
Well, this building is Kellenberg's the third school on this property. It was originally Maria Regina High School for many years, and then after that school closed, it became St. Agnes High School for a few years. So the Marianists were asked to come in 1987 and start here at Kellenberg, which they happily accepted. And as I mentioned, this is our 30th year. So we have a nice connection with our alumni from Maria Regina and St. Agnes. And we've had many events for them here as well, to let them know that they're always welcome back. And we have a lot of students who are, their parents were Maria Regina or St. Agnes high school students, so it's nice for them to come back and see their sons and daughters in the building where they went to high school. And now, since this is our 30th year, we have our second generation of Firebirds coming through, which is very exciting. Their parents went to Kellenberg, and now their sons and daughters are here as well.
So guys, when Mr. Huggard talks about all of this, and you think back on your past experiences here at Kellenberg Memorial, what is one word that comes to mind when you think of your school? Gerard?
I would probably say family. Sort of like what I was talking before. I think that Kellenberg isn't just a place where you learn information, but you learn to be a person. You learn to be a human, and through that, it's having relations with different students, different teachers, and it's a place that I know when I graduate, I can come back here and know that I'm at home. I know Mr. O'Brien always talks about that whenever like a student or someone visits Kellenberg. And you go up to them and someone says, "Oh, well, who's our guest?" It's never like who's Kellenberg's guest or who's like Brother Kenneth's guest, who's Mr. Huggard's guest. It's who's our guest, because we're all a family here. And I think most people tend to pick up on that almost immediately.
Juliana, what is your one word to describe Kellenberg Memorial?
I would say welcoming. The first impression that I got when I walked through the doors in Kellenberg was this sense of happiness and, like Gerard was saying before, a home. And I think you notice that immediately when you see the birds and the peacocks and all the pets around us. And I think that has developed over the years, and I think that's such a strong relationship that I've had with the school and very positive. So the attitude that I get here is like very welcoming and very happy, and it's a great experience.
Juliana, you mentioned those birds. I gotta let you all know, sometimes we can hear the birds from our Day of Giving studios, but it happens. Why is it so important to give back to Kellenberg Memorial to support the future of the Firebird?
I would say that when we were talking before about the great experiences that we've had, and seeing that this is our last year here, our senior year, and when we walk the stage at graduation, when we move on to what is beyond Kellenberg, we can look back and look at all those experiences and be thankful for them. And as a family, we love to support each other, and giving back to the school is a great way to support the Kellenberg mission and what Kellenberg promotes, and I think that's a really great thing to do.
And Gerard?
When I look back at this school, when I think back to when I was a freshman and I joined the school, and now looking at it now, I can't believe like how much has changed, and it's only been 4 years. I can imagine like alumni looking back and saying, "Wow, the school's changed." But I've only been here 4 years, and the school's changed like tons. My freshman year, we didn't have this Day of Giving. We didn't have iPads. We didn't have half the retreats we have now, half the programs we have now, and now, being sort of at the end of my Kellenberg career, I'm hoping that when I look back as an alumni, I can see the school change even more and grow in a positive way. And to do that, to get more of these programs, more of these retreats, it would be amazing to have the support of our alumni to sort of, again, foster that family idea that we're going to take care of each other even after we're out of Kellenberg.
And last year, the senior class started a class gift. This year, many of the seniors donating $20.17 for the class of 2017. Mr. Huggard, talk a little bit about this class donation.
Well, I think Gerard spoke about it indirectly very nicely, because I think it's a nice way for the seniors to just kind of show some appreciation for their time here, for their experiences with their teachers and their moderators and their coaches. So this is just a small way for them to say thank you, that we appreciate what's gone on here, that we've had a good experience, and we're looking forward to maintaining that connection with the school as years go by. So we started last year, as you mentioned, and we asked the seniors to make a modest donation if they're interested. And I'm very happy to say that this year, since it's our second year, the whole Day of Giving, our emphasis on this year's drive is participation. That really what matters most is the percentage of people who are participating, who are embracing our mission and trying to support it any way they can. So from last year to this year, we have a 5% increase in the percentage of seniors who donated. So that's just great news and very exciting for us in the Alumni Association.
So now the two seniors, Gerard and Juliana, here to present the class of 2017 class gift on our Day of Giving. Let's bring out the donation.
Oh, yes.
So this check is presented to Kellenberg Memorial High School on behalf of the senior class, the class of 2017, in the amount of $3,605.22.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Our Very proudly accept this on behalf of the school. It's a great showing from the class of 2017, and we look forward to their support, and we look forward to maintaining those ties with them for many years to come. So thank you very much.
And let's take a minute and thank some of our donators who have sponsored us already. Let's take a look. Gerard, do you want to start? Who's donated so far to our 2017 Day of Giving?
I heard that just recently, an alumni from the class of 2009, Megan, has donated some money to the Day of Giving, so we're very thankful for her donation.
Juliana?
Thank you to the current parents, Zonia and Andrew, for their generous donation. We appreciate it a lot.
I have that current parents, Paul and Karen, also made a very generous donation, so thank you very much.
And I have alumnus Chris from the class of 2007. Thank you for your donation. We want to thank you all for joining us for our kickoff show. This is the Day of Giving. We are starting right now. Let's see your participation in our second annual Day of Giving. Let's start it off.